Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is Tuesday night. It's Monday night, and it is December 22nd. It is 3 days till Christmas, so let's get cruising and see what's going on. We have some special guests here, Mr. Bull, Mr. Bear. How are you guys? Mr. Bull wanted to say hello. Are you peeking your head out there, Mr. Bear? It's not looking so good for you right now, huh? Yeah, Mr. Bull. It's looking pretty good for you, though, huh? All right, you guys have a happy holiday. Just wanted to say hi to everybody. Hi, everybody. There you go. Say hi, Mr. Bull. Boom, knocked out Mr. Bear. There we go. Let's get cruising through and see what's happening. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence. How is everybody tonight? It is Monday night. We have a Monday night football game on. I thought it was Tuesday night already. I think a day went by in the last 10 minutes, it felt like. But anyway, there's what your heat map looked like today. Not too bad. Nvidia was jumping up pretty nice. Oracle was up. Tesla, a bunch of other ones. Apple was the only one really down, in Walmart, but we weren't really looking at it. So we'll get cruising right through. We'll see what's going on. We'll wrap up the show pretty fast since there is 3 days till Christmas. Tomorrow, Christmas Eve. There's Luis Rodriguez. How crazy is that? So let's get cruising. 49ers versus the Colts tonight. I'll keep you updated on the Monday night football game. And like I said, we'll just rock and roll right through. We'll pick out what looks good, and we'll see what's happening. Last night, remember I said two of them. I wrote them down here, QBTS and RCAT. Remember I said them two were looking really good right there. Look at that one, QBTS. That went up a few dollars right there today, pretty good. And RCAT was looking pretty sweet as well. So there you go. If you were listening to last night's show, there you are right there. So here we go. Let's get rocking and rolling. ONDS. Let's see what it's doing. It was up a little bit today. It's jumping up a little bit in the after hours. Has a little resistance there, hitting the MACD. Might just bounce around tomorrow right there for ONDS. Open door. Like I said, just trying to get set up here. I don't think it's exactly ready yet, but it still has a little bit of time, and you can see. So maybe by next week, open door will look a little bit better right there. And QMCO, let's go through these guys, because like we were saying last night, the quantum and computer hardware ones were looking good, and look at these bad boys. We're running up. This one lagged behind a little bit, but like I said, QBT, this one was jumping up. QBTS, obviously, D-Wave, we were just talking about, running up pretty big. And your Defiance Quantum ETF up a little bit there today. And then let's look at that QSI. That was just kind of sitting there. And IONQ, this one was running up pretty good, 11% right there. And RCAT, like I said, up 14.5. So there you go with them guys. And of course, our Z Space, it just can't follow the program right there. It's pretty amazing that thing's done what it's done. It just continues to go down since it opened up. But there you go. I would think that has some tax loss selling, but I don't think it's going to really run. So I guess that's not a good opportunity. Possibly, though. Maybe I'll just run real quick briefly in January. We'll watch it and see what it wants to do right there for ZSPC. And then let's look at the rest of these guys. Like UNH, it was down today. It appears like it's trying to get set up, but then it's pulling back real hard. We'll have to see. It should keep itself up and get set up right there. So keep an eye on that UNH, United Healthcare right there, and then Oscar right here. That was up a hair, and that looks like it's also trying to get set up. So I don't think they're going to be running necessarily crazy tomorrow, but they are trying to get set up for the future right there. And that is OSCR, UNH, and ABTC. How are you there? Doge Mom and 9. I like all the emojis right there. Hello, snowman, Christmas tree, and a Santa Claus. That is exactly what's going on. 3 days till Christmas, and you know, we're getting ready. So let's cruise right through, and everybody can get to what they need to do as we approach the holidays, doing all kinds of stuff, getting ready for the holidays here, wrapping gifts and all that good stuff. So anyway, let's cruise through, see what's happening. ABTC, we were talking about this last night, looking pretty good. That ran up like 10% today as well. So there you go. We were giving these ones out last night on the show. Pew was just hanging out down here. We didn't really necessarily like it. And then CPL was just kind of hanging out. This could be getting set up, though. Check it out. It didn't look too bad down here, and that one could be getting crawled up. It has that good look. So NCPL could follow suit right there. And PSQH right here was not looking bad either. And everything you called was flying, including fly right there, as that one was getting cruising as well. It's down a little in the after hours. These ones could continue to run. Look at this bad boy. That 20's meeting up. It's not even in the top right there, including Lunar right there. We talked about this one. It pulled back a little bit in the after hours. And again, nothing horrible. And these could absolutely go wild again tomorrow. I mean, look at them. They closed up there pretty damn strong. There was nothing red about them. And Lunar's in the top right there. Has that look like it wants to run up a little bit more. So, yeah, we pretty much called the market pretty accurately last night, I would say, if you were paying attention. So, there you go. And let's see what wants to fly for tomorrow, Doge Mama 9. So let's keep on cruising through. We'll see what's happening. But thank you very much for that, pointing that out. And BMNR right here, good old Bitmine Immersion Technologies. And this thing, trying to get set up with Ethereum and crypto, looking pretty decent today. I'll look at it right there. There's your crypto. It's at 88.7. It was at 88.9. It was even in the 90s today, as a matter of fact. It's spiking up right there. It's hitting the 20 if you look at it right there. Hitting it, spiking up, curling up there, not looking bad. It should continue its way up, obviously, still in that bullish trend. Ethereum staying in there as well, hitting the 20 and just kind of bouncing back real gently right there. Solana's got to catch up, and look at Solana curling up, looking really hot. So Solana looks like it's about to play catch up and get cruising. XRP, good old Ripple right here, just kind of hanging out as well, and just kind of waiting. So they're not like flying, but they're maintaining themselves. Doge looking pretty decent right there. Stellar, still pretty stellar moves right there as it's bouncing back up. So that looks good. And a good old optimism. I'm optimistic, even though that's pulling back right there. It should curl through. We'll see tomorrow about that one. But the main one is Bitcoin, Ethereum, but everything's going to follow Bitcoin. And like I said, hitting the 20, rolling off the MACD, I think you're in pretty good shape. Should continue its way up there for tomorrow. So I think it's looking pretty good. Let's keep on going through and see what the rest of these guys were doing. Good old SBET right here. A little bit of healthy pullback. Nothing real crazy. And that almost looks like a little dip and rip kind of healthy pullback look right there, to be honest with you. For SBET, UPXI, that's the Solana one right here. It did pull back a little bit as it was running up the other day. And again, a little healthy. They look like healthy pullbacks as they want to get set up for UPXI, SBET, ORBS right here. This one's been pulling back, so we can't really judge that one. Has never really got moving for us. And FGNX is actually pulling back a little bit today, but nothing real crazy either because it was getting to the 50. It's in that channel and still looking good there for FGNX. That's another Ethereum treasury right there. And GLXY, good old Galaxy, not looking too bad right there. This usually runs with Bitcoin, but it's getting set up, GLXY. So keep an eye on that. Look at that curl up right there. That could get cruising, especially if Bitcoin continues to go up there tomorrow. And then we have ASTS. That was running today. We were talking about that one last night. It is looking good. It came down a little bit in the after hours right there. As you can see, took a little dip there at like 7 o'clock. But honestly, looks like it's going to rip right back up and should continue its way up right there tomorrow. So I don't see anything wrong with it. It just gets a little bit weird in the after hours, to be completely honest with you. So I think some of these space ones are going to continue on up tomorrow. As a matter of fact, that's what they look like. Rocket Lab right here was cruising as well today. And again, it's over 75 now. It's over 77, 77.55. And it's just peeking its head into the top. It doesn't necessarily look like it wants to come down. It's coming down a little in the after hours. And again, it's nothing that great, although that one could be getting topped out right there. But we'll see tomorrow how it opens up. And like I said, this one, Rocket Lab, appears it could be pulling back. We'll check it out in the morning, see what it looks like right there. It's been running up. Kodak looking pretty good today. And that one running up right here. So here you go. A Kodak should continue to crawl up and try to make its way back up to the $10 area right there. For KODK, and UMAC was cruising today. UMAC right here, Unusual Machines. That was up 20%. It is hitting a little resistance, so we'll take a look at it tomorrow in the morning and see if it wants to continue running up right there for good old UMAC. If I type it in correctly, there you go. But it does look pretty good on the charts, I must say. So we'll be keeping an eye on good old UMAC, Unusual Machines, and Nuclear right here, NKLR, a little bit of pullback, but that I think is getting set up. And we're going to keep an eye on that nuclear sector. I think that is going to get set up relatively soon. And we'll watch for that to be one of the next sectors to get cruising right there. So check out Sinestech getting into the right spot right there, Progressive G. So just let it have a little bit of pullback, and then we'll be checking out Sinestech as it sets up. Hertz was looking good today. We mentioned this. I think Hertz gets moving up a little bit. It was moving in the after hours a little bit, and I do think that continues up. Chipotle right here, not looking bad. It's been running up. I don't know how much you want to chase it, but it does look like it's getting into the top right there for good old CMG, good old Chipotle, and Eli Lilly up a little bit today. And this actually looks like it wants to curl through and start running back up, so you can keep an eye on LLY, good old Eli Lilly, and our CBRL Cracker Barrel pulling back some more. So like I said, these guys are not looking good right now. They are definitely in a bearish trend. It tried to get bullish there. It didn't fake me out because remember I was saying I don't really think it's going to get moving, but we'll see off that candle. And it came right back down right there. And it's staying down. And it might even cross through the MACD. And then, like I said, you might even get bankruptcy going with these guys because that is not looking good. I'm sure they have some money for a little while, but holy cow, that's not a good look right there for good old Cracker Barrel. So we'll see what happens with them. They're going to have to start selling their general stores off, start auctioning off all the stuff in their stores to pay their employees pretty soon. The way that thing looks with that CEO, holy cow, what a disaster she made that. That's crazy, Cracker Barrel. And not a time to do it either when the restaurant industry is getting destroyed. And then you do that to your company. That's, like I said, she needs a one-way ticket right out the company. Oil pulling back right here, your natural gas. I was honestly surprised to see it pull back that much. Let's watch for the bottom on that one. And Gush right here trying to bottom out, but it does look like it's trying to curl up, but not exactly sure. So we'll be keeping an eye on Boyle and Gush to see how low they want to go right there. And Plug right here pulling back. We'll see if it wants to plug along some more. It's coming back to the MACD. It should try to bounce up. I don't really think it wants to come back down to the 190s. It's a possibility, though. I'm not going to lie. But it should try to rebound there tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on good old Plug, PLUG. Yeah, it's got, like I said, it should roll off that MACD right there. I was looking at it today because I was looking at it for the small cap show. And then QuantumScape right here. This one actually is setting up and looking good. Might want to keep an eye on that one. QS, that's getting set up right there. Looks pretty decent going into tomorrow. How about our Rocket Mortgage right here, RKT? And this one is up a little bit. That's curling up right there, Zach, and doing what we thought it would. Kind of pulled back, curled up right there. Should go right through the MACD. You do have your resistance up there as it's getting set up. But just play the pops and the bottoms as it pops up and down right there, and you're perfectly fine. With RKT and IMRX, of course, we're looking at this bad boy. It is looking really good right there, guys. IMRX, and again, I always forget what the heck they have going on. Some kind of medication. I don't even know what it is. Pancreatic cancer. That's what it is. Glad it said it right there in the very beginning. So pancreatic cancer, that's a big one right there. And this thing looking really good right there. Speaking of that Galt pulling back more, Joseph Levy. Holy cow, we got to watch this thing because that bad boy is pulling back, but it could be a great opportunity for those of us that are not in it yet. So I'll be keeping an eye on your GALT right there, Joseph Levy. And let's see, that is Galt, and we were looking at IMRX and that FIG right here, pulling back, but still in a pretty good setup, I must say. It just, look at it, red, green, green, red, green, and it should be red and then another green coming up here. So if you follow the pattern, maybe we even get two greens coming right here on FIG. So keep an eye on that one right there. It's not looking bad. And this one ran pretty well today. Good old Carmen Holdings. We talked about it last night, looking pretty good. And there you go, KRMN. And how about Critical Metals also cruising along? And this thing getting set up. That bad boy looks really good right there for CRML. So definitely another one keep your eye on for tomorrow, as a matter of fact, looking good. CRCL, let's see what that one's doing right here. What was the one, Luis Rodriguez? I was trying to think of it today. I meant to ask Ben. What the heck one was I saying last night? We're looking at it for the January effect one, and I was saying, well, that one looks better for tomorrow than it does for the was it SMR? I don't even really remember, but this one was up right there. It could have been this one, as a matter of fact. I don't really remember completely, but maybe it was that. I don't really remember. There was one of them. I thought I wrote it down somewheres, but I don't know what the heck I did. And anyway, so I wanted to look today to see if that thing was running. I was like, what the heck was that one? I kept saying that one looks really good right there. It was SMR. I thought it was. I looked at it today too, and I said, I think this is the one that it is. And yeah, that thing is looking pretty decent right there, trying to curl up. Look at it. It was up a little bit, nothing too crazy right there, but keep an eye on that. Yeah, it probably was. Look at that spot it's in right there. So definitely keep an eye on that SMR. It's looking pretty good. As a matter of fact, I do like that one. Looking pretty sweet. And there you go. All right, that was it. I was trying to think of it today, and that was the one I kept thinking of and looking at. And I'm like, I swear it could be this one, but I don't really remember. So anyway, let's keep on cruising along. That was what circle we looked at. I think that was up right there, cruising along. My nose itches. I'm telling my head like kind of hurts. I hope I'm not getting sick like a day or so right before Christmas. That would be the worst. I'm telling you, it happens in our family nonstop. We got through Thanksgiving. We were so amazed that nobody had gotten sick. And my wife's been like fighting something off for the last few days. And I was like, man, my head is killing me today. But anyway, I think I'll be okay. I think I'll fight it off too. How about that? And we'll be all good. But yeah, I keep getting a headache. It's kind of bizarre. It's like in the back of my head too. It's kind of weird. Anyway, here's circle right here, and we'll circle back to the market. And this thing curling up. I mean, look at that bad boy. That's a beautiful curl up right there. Whether it runs tomorrow or not, that thing is still setting up to get cruising up there some more for CRCL. And Rich Tech Robotics just kind of hanging out down here, trying to get set up. It's not ready, but Serve was up today. I did notice that. So we'll see what's going on with that. It does look like it's trying to make a big curl up right there for SERV. So definitely watch that one tomorrow and see what it looks like. And Godfather, I mean, holy cow, is he dead on the money on this one? The Monday Night Football game just began, and it's the 49ers versus the Colts, and the Colts have the ball first, so I'll keep you guys posted with that. Flu is at its peak levels here in New Jersey, in New York, and I believe it right there. There's a lot of people sick right now, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep myself not getting sick. How's that? Keep myself from getting ill. Anyway, C1 right here, not looking too bad. Look at that thing. Godfather, dead on the money right there. Called out the buyout and everything. Clearwater Analytics to be acquired by Permira and Warburg Penincus for $24.55 a share in a $8.4 billion deal. William Blair and Oppenheimer downgrade shares following the take private or something. I'm not even sure. But yeah, there you go. And they're talking 24.55 right there. So there you go. Good call, Godfather. I mean, that was a beauty right there, I must say. We've been mentioning the C1 and saying, hey, when's that buyout coming? It's definitely coming. The chart was looking good. And there you go. Godfather right on the money. So great call, Godfather, I must say. CELH right here. Good old Celius. And that was cruising up. That looks pretty good. They try to continue up tomorrow, so you might want to keep an eye on CELH right there. And EOSE is an energy one right here, EOS Energy. And that bad boy's getting set up. I think we'll keep that on the list. That looks like it's being we know it's been a good one, let's put it that way. But it looks like it's been kind of gotten beat down a little bit right here. And we'll keep an eye to see exactly when that wants to get set up. Today it says they're announced that the board chair, Russ somebody, will step down at the end of the year, with Joseph Nigro appointed non-executive chair effective January 1st. So there you go with their news, EOSE. So there you go. Keeping you up to date on that. And let's see what's going on with Elf right here. It was down. I said, Elf, you can't be down. It's only a couple days till Christmas. Come on, Elf. You got to be cruising along. So Although it's maintaining its Christmas look right here with red and green. So we'll see. Elf still looking pretty good to me, and we'll keep an eye on that one. And how about Lucid right here? Luis Rodriguez has been pounding the table on this one, and it is cruising along right there. Snapchat running up there today, looking really good. So keep an eye on Snapchat. That does look good to try to continue its way up. And IREN, that was up today as well. We looked at it last night and thought it looked pretty good. So there you go with that one. And we were already talking about Fly. Maybe we were, maybe we weren't. I think we were, yeah, because that one looked good. And I was saying this one should still continue to fly up there. It's down a little in the after hours, nothing real crazy, but does look good. And we were talking about Lunar as well. And again, no reason why they can't be popping up tomorrow. It's in the top. And that little bit of pullback happened at like 7 p.m. They were dipping down a little bit, but that is making some room right there. I wouldn't be surprised if they're running right back up in the morning. We'll see what they look like. And in the 7 a.m. when we do our pre-market show, that's for sure. For Lunar, Fly, Red Wire right here, we'll check all these guys out because that one's another one that could continue its way up. And we already looked at Galt right here. GALT, if I type it in right, and it was dipping down some more. So we're keeping an eye on that one for a good opportunity. Loan right here jumped up a little bit. That looked like it jumped up with some pullback. That looks pretty good. So keep an eye on that. And RBNE announced the reverse split 1 for 5. Check this out. I can't tell. This looks like it's going to be good to get popping, guys, after the reverse split. Robin Energy announces a 1 for 5 reverse split effective on December 23rd, 11:59 p.m. So I guess into 24. So on Wednesday, and we'll begin trading on a split adjusted basis, December 24th, reducing outstanding shares to about 2.8 million from 14 million. That has to be pretty good right there, right? I can't imagine that not being good. And the thing was looking pretty good. This said it went down in the after hours. We'll look at it in the morning right here. Oh, it says it's back at 82. It was down at 70. I'm telling you what, this thing looks really good. Luis Rodriguez, what do you think about this bad boy right here? And Doge Mom and 9 and a couple people. What do you guys think about RBNE right here going in to its reverse split? I think it looks really good right there. And again, 1 for 5. It's it's not very diluted, and they're taking these shares from about 2.8 million or to about 2.8 million from 14 million. So you're really going to be yeah, that's kind of crazy. So you're bringing the share count way down right there. I'd have to imagine that's a good look. And so, yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that and see what's going on. It could get a quick squeeze on that Robin Energy right there. So we're definitely going to watch that. I saw it today and said we might want to keep an eye on that thing. So let me know what you guys think about that. REGN, this thing was cruising along today, looking pretty good, trying to cross through that MACD right there and could continue its way up. That's for sure. So keep your eye on REGN there tomorrow. Looking decent to try to continue up. CSGP right here is CoStar Group. Check this bad boy out. Caught my eye right there. That curl up looks pretty nice, I must say. For CSGP, I think that one tries to run some more right there. So keep an eye on that tomorrow as well. That one definitely looks good. Sunrun was running today, and that is RUN running up like 6 cents in the after hours, but the solar ones were looking pretty good today, as a matter of fact. So keep your eye on that. Look at that one right there. And definitely one to watch. You like that RBNE? Yeah, I think so, guys. Here's that beam. And the solar ones, keep an eye on these things tomorrow. This one ran big. I was looking for that SLR. I couldn't think of it. That one ran pretty big right there. FTCI ran pretty big. And there's Max and Solar. NXT looking pretty decent. So some of these solar, there's that Sunrun right there. We've seen so many of these reverse splitters take off. You're absolutely right. That has the look already, guys. And then when I read it, I said, that has to be good, right? Like, I can't imagine that being bad. I'm not a very fundamental person, but the chart looks great. So, yeah, I think we could see that one getting exploding or doing something pretty wild there. So, definitely keep an eye on that RBNE right here coming into a reverse split on Christmas Eve. Well, that could be a big Christmas present right there, huh? How about Michael Anthony right there tuning in right now? People can't write as fast as you talk, that slow down, that you act like you're going to die. Oh man, I don't even know what the hell you just wrote. People can't write probably as fast as you talk. So slow down maybe, and you act like you're gonna. I don't act like I'm gonna die, Michael Anthony. I just talk fast. I can't help it. Like I said, it, for me to be able to read something, I kind of have to read like one sentence fast, and then stop for a couple seconds, and then try to read it again. And if it's like more than like a normal sentence, I just can't follow it anymore. It's kind of crazy, and I just talk really fast now. I don't know why. Again, I don't even think about anything that I'm even saying. I just sit down and I do a show, and these things just come out. So whatever I say, I literally have to make notes because I get off and I have no idea what's going on. You act like you have ants in your pants. I always am like this, Michael Anthony. You should know that by now. I'm always kind of hyped up and ready to go. I've been like that forever. So I start early days and go for long at night, and I just go, 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 go. And again, it kind of changed after I got hit in the head, but I talk a lot faster now. That's about it. But anyway, let's keep on cruising through. Michael Anthony, good to see you tuning in. Check out RBNE. What do you think of that, Michael Anthony? They have a reverse split coming up there on Wednesday. We're going to keep an eye on that thing. I have a feeling it's going to run. Lockheed Martin, this was blasting off today, and it looks like it wants to continue right here. Huntington Ingalls looks really good, too. Remember, we were looking at these bad boys, and yeah, these guys are looking good. Aerospace and defense, obviously the space one. So, holy cow, Huntington Ingalls ran up even more in the after hours. It went blasting off. Wow, look at that. What did LMT do right here? Lockheed Martin in the after hours. I didn't even look at it right there. I wasn't paying attention, but that one's up as well. And yeah, that one's looking good. There's laptop travel too. And yeah, right, Doge Mama 9, Michael Anthony just needs to write faster. That's all. The speed that you go, that people need to understand. They all understand at this point, Michael Anthony. They've been listening for like a year. They all caught on to my speed. And those of them that listen in the replay, they just slow it down a tad bit. And there you go. If you speed it up one time, it'll sound like the Micro Machine Man. That'll be a fun one, too. You can try to keep up with that. But anyway, ASTS launches Tuesday, tomorrow night at 10:24. No problem, laptop travel. I know you got a lot going on over there with contractors and all kinds of holiday stuff and everybody else, all kinds of busy. So I appreciate everybody taking the time to hang out and tune in tonight. That's why I got to talk fast, Michael Anthony, because we only have so much time. It's holiday season. We got to get cruising. ASTS, yeah, ASTS launch. I'm pretty sure Rhett's going to go watch that bad boy live. So that's going to be pretty fun to go see. LW will have that on the list for you, so we'll get to it in a minute. But check out these LMT and Huntington Ingalls. Look at that bad boy right here. Where the hell did it go? Right there. Look at that thing, Luis Rodriguez. That thing's blasting off in the after hours. That's looking pretty good. Remember I was mentioning this GD the other day? I'd say that thing looks pretty good right there. We might want to keep an eye on GD right there. That looks really good. We mentioned this aerospace and defense probably about a week ago, and I was saying it was getting set up, and it was probably about right here, guys. I remember it ran up the next day, so we were probably looking at it right about here, and then it fizzled out. And now look at it. Now it literally looks good. So we were like a week early, probably. We even caught a pop on it. But if you stuck with that one, that was a beauty. And AIRO is another one that's an aerospace and defense. And look at this bad boy curling up, looking pretty good right there for AIRO. So keep an eye on that, Michael Anthony. I said it nice and slow for you. AIRO. You got that one for tomorrow. It's looking really good. It's set up and it looks nice to get running. So definitely keep an eye on that one right there. So there you go. Have you ever listened to those legal disclaimer speeches at the end of commercial? Of course, as you understand that they are not legally allowed to speed that up electronically. So some human has to speak that fast. That's me. I do all the commercials, laptop travel. That's how I've made my fortune, as a matter of fact. They're just like, here, read this thing. And I'm like, yeah, here. These drugs will cause all kinds of nonsense. This bullshit's going to kill you probably in like 3 years. But take it anyway because the doctors prescribe it for you. And you believe the doctors and believe everything they say. So now good luck with your heart disease, this, that, everything else. And you'll probably be dead before the other thing would have killed you. And that's what I have to read all the time. No, I'm just kidding. But that's what the disclaimer sounds like, to be completely honest with you. When you listen to them disclaimers, that's about exactly what it sounds like to me. It's like, hey, you're dumb enough to listen to a doctor. This shit's going to kill you anyway. You should have just stuck with whatever you had when you went to the doctor's office and try to just change your diet and exercise. You probably would have been way better off. And now you're going to have all these side effects. So good luck with this shit. And there you go. So yeah, that's pretty wild. But I could probably read them things. I'm not going to lie. I could probably do it just as fast. And there you are. AIRO made a product. What the hell product did they make there? Well, let's see. They cut AIRO. I'm not sure what product did they make. I have no idea. Michael Anthony. I don't know what product they made, to be completely. I don't. It should say it up here, but I'm not sure what's going on. But that thing does look really good right there, guys. So you might want to keep an eye on this AIRO and DRS right here. I don't know what I typed in, but how about Leonardo DRS? That thing looks good. Another aerospace and defense one, made a profit before, huh? So there you go. Speaking of medicine, Wegovy, the first ever weight loss pill from drug maker Nova Nordisk, approved by the FDA. I mean, what did I just say? FED, FDA right there. That Nova right here went nutty, right? Isn't it? No, NVO. Yeah, I saw this thing getting crazy there. So yeah, that might be a big one right there for tomorrow. NVO. So you might want to keep an eye on that thing. It's definitely running up in the after hours, and that is a big deal right there. So thank you, Laptop Travel, for that info. That's pretty big news right there, I must say. That's for sure. So thank you for updating us with that. And let's see what else is going on over here. So yeah, AIRO. They made a profit before. There you go. That's what you were trying to say, Michael Anthony. But yeah, that thing looks good. DRS, SMR we looked at. That's looking pretty good right there. How about your ABEO? I'll say it slow for you. It was up today, looking pretty good, Michael Anthony. I think you could be on to something right there. That bad boy is getting set up. I do like that one. I thought of you today when I saw it. I said, wow, Michael Anthony's on to that one. DLO not looking bad either. And LW tried to fake you out. I knew as you were talking about that bounce play. I said, let's keep an eye on this bad boy. I don't know if it's exactly ready. And I guess they missed their gap or whatever the heck that is. The whatever. I don't even know what that is, to be honest, when I look at these things. But yeah, let that pull back. I didn't think it was exactly. It might have been a bounce play, but it didn't look exactly like it had that look. So there you go. And what it say today, BNP, somebody downgrades these guys from neutral to outperform and cuts its target. So there you are, Michael Anthony, in the basement. But yeah, definitely keep an eye on this bad boy, and we'll keep watch it to get out of the basement. Then it'll be a lot better, that's for sure. How about that Viking right here? It is getting set up. Laptop Travel watching for the impacts to Viking with the NVO news. So does Viking have something to do with them? Yeah, Novo Nordisk, whatever, as FDA okays Wegovy pill. I guess these guys have something to do with it. I have no idea what they do, Viking. But anyway, and let's see. You've been tracking that Huntington Ingalls since Trump's SOTU after he committed to making the USA a shipping superpower. We were doing the live show when he announced it and was watching the price go up. And Viking has its own weight loss drug right there. So interesting. So yeah, watch this bad boy as a bounce play off of that Wegovy or NVO right there. They do have some big news coming out. So there you go with them, guys. It's 7-0. The Colts are up to 49ers had the ball. That was a nice passing catch right there. So it's still first quarter, 9 minutes and 40 seconds left. And the 49ers marching down the field, but the Colts are up 7-0. So there you go. Your Monday Night Football update right there. And let's see. And I don't really remember that happening there, guys. Huntington Ingalls running up, but I'll take your word for it because I know you guys remember, and I don't remember anything. So there you go. I just don't even, I'm trying to think about that, and I just don't remember that happening, Luis Rodriguez. But you and Laptop Travel, remember, I'm going to take your word and say, my brain don't work. Let's look at Rhythm right here. They're pulling back. A lot of the cannabis ones are. And again, it was a sell the news event, of course. We kind of knew it was already priced in there. We ran them up there perfectly, and that's why I wasn't telling you guys to keep buying them. We'll watch them pull back right here, just kind of going through a couple of them so you guys can see. But they are all pulling back pretty nice, that's for sure. and we'll catch them on the rebound for the cannabis stock. So that is what's going on with them bad boys right there. So Rhythm's one of them, and Blink right here is trying to get set up down a little bit. Look at this thing, still in the basement, still trying to get set up. Almost looks like it wants to pull back a little bit more at this point. So got to keep an eye on it. Sizzle's been looking pretty good and running up, and this thing looks like it could really get sizzling, guys. It has that look right there. You might want to keep an eye on SECL right there. It is looking pretty good. And let's see what STRL is doing, because good old Sterling right here. First 50 dates, huh? Um, yeah, you're not kidding, Laptop Travel. I do not remember too much, that's for sure. But look at Sterling. I remember this thing likes to bounce pretty big, that's for sure. But STRL looking pretty good right there. And Sterling infrastructures, that should run back up. And how about your Rivian right here pulling back? But this thing's been a monster. It's still in the top right there and still could run up some more. So I would say keep an eye on it if you're a big Rivian fan right there. It could have another bounce play. We'll look at it tomorrow and see what Rivian wants to do. And good old Symbotic was trying to move up a little bit today, and that's getting set up. So keep an eye on for that Symbotic setup right there. And what is it? Playboy vet Harry or Henry sets his heart on romancing Lucy, but she has short-term memory loss. She can't remember anything that happened the day before. So every morning Henry has to woo her again. I think I saw that before, the first 50 dates. I do kind of remember that. And yeah, and you have a screenshot of it somewhere. That's pretty funny, showing the spike. I believe you guys. I just don't remember anything. Again, I got hit in the head way too hard. I'm lucky I can even remember any. It's so bizarre because I sit here and I remember these stock tickers and things like that. I get off the show. I don't remember any of it. You could ask me like in passing, like, yo, what's SMY? I'd be like, I don't know. I would have to be like, I have to get in my chair, get in the zone, and just let it just get into it. And so yeah, it's kind of bizarre. And again, your brain is a strange thing. Don't get hit in the head real hard. I tell you guys that all the time. So like I tell you, I'm blessed to be alive, so it's all good. I'm here cruising along, that's for sure, Michael Anthony, as you know, and I talk really fast now, and that's perfectly fine as well. So, like I'd say, I'm blessed to be alive. I'm on over 2.5 years of borrowed time at this point. So, another holiday season coming around. It's always nice, and yeah, just keep a good attitude and keep on cruising through. Good old Top Ship right here. Why is it pulling back? Oil and gas hasn't been looking perfect at the moment. That could be the reason. I'm not sure. Is it the ship that we just kind of stole from Venezuela or something? Didn't we just take over another ship? Wasn't that pretty crazy? And so yeah, that was pretty well. I have to wait. Actually, it's really hard to get into the vision therapy Laptop Travel. So I have to. I'll probably get into it actually in the beginning of 2026. There's only like two places that do it around here, and it's like they're all super packed. It's kind of crazy to get in. I don't understand. And then you have to pay for it out of your pocket. It's not even something that insurance pays for. So I'm like, that many people do this? And so yeah, I had no idea, but yeah, I have to go for the vision therapy. And like I said, I hope that'll help me a little bit more. Thanks for reminding me, because I have to call, and and they told me to call them towards the end of the year, or beginning of the year, to see if they had had an opening for me to come in, and once I do like the evaluation and stuff, they can get me in. But I guess they're that packed. I have no idea. I figured around now they're probably not doing too much with new patients because it's a holiday season and doctors take off. But anyway, yeah. I do have to do my vision therapy, and I haven't been able to get into it just yet. And it does. I had an appointment actually, and then I cut my fingertip off, and I canceled the appointment, obviously, because I was dealing with that. And I was like, I can't deal with two things at one time. This is a little crazy. I didn't know that this thing was going to grow a fingertip back in like 3 weeks. Remember that in July? That was pretty crazy. I literally cut that fingertip right off in my go-kart chain while I was driving the go-kart at full speed. Ripped it right off to the bone. That was wild. And then it healed back up in 3 weeks. It was pretty crazy. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I was supposed to go back then. And then obviously I canceled the appointment, and now I have to wait to get in. So that's how crazy it is. I'm not going to lie. And when I called and had that appointment set up, they were like, wow, you got kind of lucky because someone kind of just got done and we have an opening And I was like, oh, that's perfect. And then I had to cancel it. So anyway, I didn't know it was going to be that hard. I probably would have just went with my finger cut off. They'd have been like, what the hell is wrong with you, dude? You definitely have a brain injury. But anyway, yeah, that was a lot interesting time in July. I believe it was in July. I'm almost positive because I remember it was like right around the time when like July 8th is when I actually got hit in the head. I won't forget 7-8. That's a number, even though everyone says 6-7. I say 7-8 because that's the day I got smashed in the head with a 10-ton jack with the pressure of a 2-story house. So I remember that day, that's for sure. And I know it was around that time. And yeah, I cut my fingertip off. So anyway, there you go. And there you and Luis Rodriguez says, no, I don't remember a thing. Maybe as a chart of that fingertip double top. You're not kidding, Luis Rodriguez. Laptop travel. That was so crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'd never seen anything like that in my life when my fingertip just kind of grew back in 3 weeks. Remember that? That was so wild. I'm telling you, my bone was sticking out. I was like, oh man, this is gonna be a nightmare. And the next thing I know, it was like kind of healing up in a couple days. I remember I went to the hand surgeon like a week after. They set me up with an appointment to go see a hand surgeon to get it checked out because the bone was sticking out. And I went to him and he was like, wow, man, things healing up pretty good. And I went back like 2 weeks later and it was like almost completely healed up. He was kind of in shock. He was like, wow, that was pretty fast, dude. He's like, that was crazy. I remember telling you guys. And anyway, I just remember that happening. And yeah, lots of crazy stuff in my life. I'm not going to lie. So here we go. Let's look at some more crazy stuff. I'm going to run through the laptop travel list and give you everything real quick. Get your piece of paper and pen out. I'm sure you already had it out because Michael Anthony was saying how fast I talk. And anyway, 7-7 now. It looks like the 49ers tied up the ball and they got the ball back. I don't know what the heck happened, but it all happened pretty quick because there's only 6 minutes left in the first quarter. And now it's 7-7. So here we go, everybody. Let's go through our laptop travel list real quick. I'll rock and roll right through these, and then we'll go through our Spy Mag 7 big caps, see what you guys want to see, and we'll wrap up the show since there's 3 days until Christmas. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve. How crazy is that, guys? And if you didn't see the very beginning of the show, we had our special guest, Mr. Bull, Mr. Bear. They showed up there, laptop travel. So there you go. You better go back and see what Mr. Bull and Mr. Bear had to say. And AGIG, let's get rolling right through your list. And that does look good right there. It's up 20%. And looks like it should continue up. Every single ticker in your laptop loves watch list looks great right there. That's what he said. And that finger did go parabolic right now, Luis Rodriguez. I'm telling you, it was one of the wildest things I'd ever seen. I've seen some crazy things. I'm not going to lie. You guys know my life's insane, as I tell you, wild stories as they come back to me now. And, yeah, I'd never seen someone's fingertip get cut off like that and just grow back in 3 weeks. It's I'm telling you, I still can't hit it. I don't use my left hand to like do a whole lot like physical stuff because I'll tell you what, if I hit that finger still, it sends a sharp pain right through my body. Like it's insane. It's like a shock. I'm like, oh man, that hurt. It is like painful as hell. But yeah, it healed up. Look at that thing, guys. I mean, I cut this finger, I cut the fingertip completely off. The bone was sticking out. I mean, literally, it was sticking out there. I came home and I remember my wife and my kid were next door there. I take care of the pool next door, and they were over there swimming. And I came pulling back up on my go-kart with my finger in my mouth. And yeah, it was just bleeding all over the place. And I had to kind of yell over to my wife, yeah, we need to go to the hospital. I just cut my fingertip off and I left for like a minute. I'm telling I went around the block like once. I lost my phone. I went back around the block to find my phone and I reached down for some crazy reason and didn't realize I stuck my finger right in the chain while I was going full speed. It was pretty crazy, guys. I'm not going to lie. It hurt like hell. I remember that. I knew it hurt pretty bad. I knew that for a fact. But anyway, let's go through your list right here, laptop travel. For those of you that didn't know the story about me cutting my finger off back in July, that was a fun one right there. And let's see, AUD right here. Oh, I don't know how to say this company, Audia or something. I have no idea, but there's another one running up like 18% right there, looking pretty decent. So we'll keep on cruising because a lot of these are looking good. You're right. Them two anyway, we're running up. That's curling up. BBLG looking good right there. BOSC Boss Better Online Solutions, and that's curling up, not looking too bad, as a matter of fact. And how about BRN Barnwell? Oh, that looks really good as well. So BRN, not bad right there. CDIO's Cardio Diagnostics, that looks pretty hot. And that was up over 8% right there. eCore, let's see what ElectroCore is doing. And that was up 7.5% plus. And that thing is curling up there. Wow, these ones are pretty good right there. Laptop Travel, I must say. HYPD and a lot of these small caps are looking pretty good right now. HYPD not looking bad, up over 11% this today. And let's see what KPRX is going to be doing right here. And that does it. It's in the channel. It should continue its way up towards the 50 right there. How about Interlink Electronics? That looks really good for LINK Link right there. And that is looking like it wants to link up to the 50. And how about your LSTA? And that one is Lissia. I don't even know what the heck. Lisata, I'll say. Lisata Therapeutics, something like that. That one's not too bad. I have to look at that one tomorrow, to be honest with you. LTRN right here is Lantern Pharma, and that is jumping up some more in the after hours after a little 10% spike today, so looking pretty good. And MDBH not looking bad right there as well, up a little bit today, and still wants to go up a little bit more. Capital Market One, MKZR. Let's see what Mackenzie Realty is doing, and look at this guy. This one's not looking bad either. That's a good list right here so far. Laptop Travel, I do like it. MTEK is Morris Tech or something like that. And that's in that channel, curling up really good. A lot of great curl ups right here. I must say, RMCO Royalty Management Holding, and that thing wants to run up. So, yeah, I would say these are a lot of great ones. If you can't figure out what to trade tomorrow, take a look at look at that StableX Technologies looking great right there. Also, and I think this is SKBL, if I remember, Skyline Builders right there. And yeah, this one, remember we were looking at this thing and it ran up. That looks really good. That thing's going to get back up into the skyline again, that's for sure. And TPCS, Tech Precision, not looking bad. Look at all them green candles lined up, ready to roll. And how about that Xena right there? That was running up today. A little bit of pullback, but still up. How about FJet right here? It was going wild. It pulled back a little bit in the after hours. If you were listening to the small cap show, we were on right here. Right as we wrapped it up, guys, I'll tell you exactly where the price was. It was at about $19-20. It was like $19-20 right here. Ben asked me. I remember it was right about here. He asked me what I thought, and I said, and I know for a fact it was right here because I said, yo, watch the next 3 minutes. It's probably going to pull back a little bit, but then I think you're going to see 22. And then it pulled back a little bit. It went right to the 22, to be honest with you. But not only did it go to 22, it went up to like what, 31.50 or something crazy. It was pretty wild. 33 something. It was pretty wild right there for FJet. So if you're listening to the small cap show, you caught that one today. HXHX right there. That was running up. SIDU and Aerospace and Defense one running up as well. So a couple good ones right there that were cruising. And let's see what's going on with the rest of our Spy Mag 7 and everybody else right here. Let's see what's happening. And Michael Anthony, oh, you give up that. You can't write nothing down, jumping like a rabbit. Michael Anthony, why don't you just print out the piece of paper that we do, and then you can just follow along instead of trying to keep up with it. Then you can just mark off what you do. A lot of people do that, I'm going to be honest. That's why I post it out every night. And I know a lot of people do it because there's been like 1 or 2 nights where I forgot to actually post it. And I've gotten a bunch of messages like, yo, can you post that out for me real quick before you start the show? Because I print it out and I follow along with it every night and make my notes. So, yeah, absolutely. Michael Anthony, you probably have a printer at home. Again, follow me on X or even StockTwits. I post it on both of them every single night, right around 7 o'clock. And I also post the link on StockTwits to the YouTube. But yeah, take a look and or post or print it out each night because I post it every single night. I handwrite this thing every single night and then I post it out for you guys. So I do know a few people like I said, definitely print it out and follow along. So you should do that as well. It'll definitely help out. KAVL Laptop Travel said this is his gift for us, and that is looking really good right there. So I think that could be a really nice gift right there, Laptop Travel. Appreciate the Christmas gifts, early Christmas gift right there for you guys. How about that? If we can bring it up on here, that would help. Speaking of Trend Spider, I hope you guys filled out the thing last night and did all that good stuff, because they're giving out they're having a drawing tomorrow, I believe it is. And then I believe, yeah, I think it's tomorrow they're going to have the drawing. I'm just trying to get this thing to work. I don't know what happened to it. But anyway, let me just relaunch it right here and see what's going on. And with that KAVL, and let's see, KAVL there. Yeah, that does look really good there, Laptop Travel. I would say that does look hot for tomorrow. And Nader's going to come on. It may be Sunday or Monday or Tuesday. He was going to come on this week, but he's having a couple issues with his car, as a matter of fact, he was saying. So he has to get that taken care of. And I said, that is not a problem at all. So I said, you let me know, Nader, what day is going to work for you. So probably either Sunday night, maybe we'll do a Sunday night show. They seem to work out well anyway for Nader and for me and Nader to do a show together. We can sit there and talk for a little while, go over the market, talk about everything, and then discuss all the holiday stuff. So I'll keep you guys posted, but we will do a show and I'll keep you guys posted. Obviously, they have a good holiday special going on too. So click on the affiliate link. You can get signed up for Trend Spider if you're interested in it. And of course, I can send you over to scanners and stuff like that I have right here. And I obviously use them all the time. You can see the recent FDA stuff right here. I can take a quick look and tell you Halo. I don't know what the hell they had done or what their AstraZeneca is. This one's always on here. AZN. I swear they always have an FDA recent thing right there. So no, Luis Rodriguez found it. Look at that. He certainly did find it. That's pretty wild, Luis Rodriguez. That's hilarious right there. Look at that. That's pretty wild for Huntington Ingalls. You certainly did find it. We were talking about it for sure. So thank you. You remembered, that's for sure. That's pretty funny. 14-7 now, 49ers. Every time I turn back around, there's another touchdown. 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. 49ers are beating the Colts right now, 14-7. That was from March 4th. How about that? Luis Rodriguez, huh? So, yeah, I'd say we look at the entire market all the time. That was March 4th, and that was coming all the way back to here. Holy cow, look at that, guys, right there before it started running. Now look at it. Can you imagine? It was at 204. Now you're at 353, guys. And I definitely called that from that's a beauty right there. I would say I was a little bit early. I'll have to requote that and send it out there, Luis Rodriguez, after the show. So thanks for that one. And there you go, March 4th, huh? And let's see what else is going on. So, yeah, KVL looking really good there, Laptop Travel. I like that gift. Thank you very much for that one. And let's go through our SPY Mag 7, everybody. SPY was up. Qs were up. IWM was up as well there, Michael Anthony. So there you go with them guys. They're all looking good. The IWM's looking really good, as a matter of fact. So definitely be keeping an eye on that. Apple was down today and let it pull back. It's in the 50. Maybe it'll start getting set up right there. And how about Amazon getting set up? They should have some pretty good numbers coming out, considering it's the holiday season, Christmas, and all that good stuff. I mean, every time you look at your house, your doorstep, or your neighbors, it's just like covered in Amazon packages right now. So I would assume that Amazon's numbers are going to be pretty good going into this quarter, that's for sure. How about Meta right here? This thing looks like it wants to start taking off as well. So keep an eye on Meta. That looks like it's curling up. And what about your Microsoft right here? It's down $1. It does look like it's just kind of bouncing around. The video was up today. Not looking bad. It's hitting the 50, so we'll keep an eye on it right there, but not too bad for NVIDIA. And Tesla was looking really good and running up right there. So there you go. AMC way down there. Look at this thing. Watch this thing get curled back up. And GameStop as well, dipping down pretty good. Chewy not looking that great today either. I mean, a little bit better right there. Was a Unity pulling one of these. That one touching down there. Maybe that'll start getting curled up. It's not perfect just yet. And let me see what Unity's doing right here. Whoop, let me find it. Hold on. What the heck am I doing? There's Unity. Yeah, Unity was pulling back. I thought there was one of them. It looked like it was going to dip down even more right there. We'll look at it tomorrow. and see what Unity's doing. Netflix, this is getting crazy now. Maybe I'm right. Maybe they do need to get into a ring and just battle this out. You ready? Let me read this. This is wild now. Netflix secures a $25 billion in new credit facilities to refinance part of its $59 billion bridge loan for the Warner Brothers Discovery deal as Paramount amends its $30 a share all cash tender offer and extends the deadline to January 21st, 2026, with Oracle founder Larry Ellison personally backstopping $40.4 billion of equity for Paramount's bid, intensifying competition and heightening risk to Netflix planned Warner Brothers merger right there. And Larry Ellison's getting involved because I think his son owns obviously PSKY Paramount. I don't know if he owns it or he runs it. I have no idea, but here you go. And that one looking a little bit better than Netflix today for Paramount. But yeah, this thing's getting wild now, guys. Look at this thing. Larry Ellison getting involved. Everyone's getting involved. They're all throwing all kinds of money around. And Warner Brothers is just sitting there like the hot chick, that's for sure. So there you go. End of the first quarter, it's still 14-7, and the 49ers are up. And let's see, WBD it is. That's what Warner Brothers is. And it is popping back up since everybody's fighting over the hot chick right there. And you can see Warner Brothers Discovery confirms receipt of Paramount Skydance amended $30 per share all cash hostile bid with Larry Ellison's $40.4 billion guarantee, $5.8 billion breakup fee. Wow. You're going to have to pay $5.8 billion if they break up the deal with Netflix. That would be wild. And an extended deadline as board maintains support for Netflix merger and advises shareholders to take no action. It is getting crazy over there, guys. Wow, that's so fun. We got to keep an eye on that. That's for sure. Can't own a publicly traded company, just shareholders. Which one are you talking about? I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Laptop travel. But anyway. Oh yeah. I meant he was the CEO of whatchamacallit. The Larry Ellison's son is the CEO of Paramount, I believe. So that's what I meant. I didn't mean he owned it. I think he's a CEO of it. But anyway, there you go. And let's see what else is going on in this wild market right here. All kinds of wild stuff happening with Netflix, everybody else. Let's see what our semiconductors are doing. AVGO right here. It's a little bit of pullback. It looks like it's setting up. It's not ready. I don't think it's getting rolling tomorrow. MU still rolling up there today, though. Look at that bad boy cruising up, and it should try to top out around there, I would assume. We'll look at it tomorrow, but I think it's getting topped out. TSM looking pretty good right there, running up a little bit, trying to get set up. SMCI trying to get set up as well. It's been beat down pretty good, so we'll keep an eye on that. AMD not looking bad. It has a little pullback look. It's hitting the MACD. We'll see if it gets through right there for AMD. And QCOM right here pulling back a little bit, but nothing real crazy. Good old Snow is running up. We said that last night that Snow is looking good. David Ellison serving as the chairman and CEO of Paramount Skydance since August of 2025. So that's just recently. Larry Ellison's son, David. So, yeah, I couldn't think of his first name. But thank you, Laptop Travel. So, yeah, he's the CEO, and he's also on the board. And there you go. And so, yeah, that is David Ellison. Now, Larry Ellison's throwing up like $40 billion or something. How much money did I say that was? That's pretty wild. Hold on. What did I even say that was? PSKY. I have to see. Was it? Larry, 40 billion. Yeah, he said 40 billion in equity financing. That's pretty crazy right there. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, let's keep on cruising through. See what's going on with the rest of these guys. Snow going up right here. Can't type it in, but it is looking pretty good. It looks like it's going to continue its way up tomorrow. PayPal getting set up. We know that one's looking pretty decent going forward. And how about Intel dipping down right there? That looks like it's going to take a nice dip, as a matter of fact. We'll have to keep an eye on Intel. What happened there today? I'm not sure what happened, but I don't really see anything real crazy anyway, but it does look like it's dipping down. What about Dell right here? DELL. If I type it in, that one's kind of just hanging out right there. So that's not looking that crazy. IBM, I think your money's getting a little bit, moved around here as it always does. We know it always transfers around because people run these things up, they lock in their profits, and then they move to the next sector that looks good. IBM, though, that one actually looks good. You can keep an eye on IBM. I think that one's looking pretty sweet right there. And Palantir right here. I am hitting like every single letter on the keyboard, but Palantir was running up a little bit. Doesn't look too bad after it pulled back. And then Sophie right here is up a little bit, but not too bad after it had that offering and it took that big dip. Mara and Riot right here, a little bit of pullback. They were looking great this morning. As a matter of fact, you can see them running, pulling back a little bit. Here's your Clean Spark. That was doing the exact same thing. And MicroStrategy right here is down 50 cents. So we were already looking at crypto earlier. Take a look at it. It was up this morning. It was at 90,000. Bitcoin kind of slowing down a little bit as the evening goes on, but I do think it'll continue up. So not looking bad. We'll look at them in the morning and see what crypto wants to do, and Bitcoin, of course. So let's keep an eye on that in the morning. And Robinhood right here, HOD, it was up $1, but nothing real crazy. Coinbase was up a little bit, and Bull trying to set up right here. That is looking pretty good. And what about space? That's PCE. That's an aerospace and defense one. It was running up some. Boeing was running up as well. That looks really good. You can probably keep an eye on that one for a momentum play, I would think, for good old Boeing right there, BA. And DJT was up early, but then did pull back pretty good right there. And Nike pulling back even more. We'll be keeping an eye on for that pullback to see when it wants to stop. McDonald's up a little bit, and that one trying to roll off the MACD for MCD. So keep an eye on McDonald's. Disney, like I said, has been looking a lot better right there. Luis Rodriguez and good old Oxy, not too bad right there. ExxonMobil, not too bad as well. Keep an eye on them. They're oil and gas right there. And DXYZ was up today. And that doesn't look, we'll look at it tomorrow. Has an interesting look, like it wants to roll off that MACD for DXYZ. So we'll have to keep an eye on that one right there to see what it wants to do tomorrow. It definitely has an interesting look, that's for sure. And there you go. That is our list right there. Let me go through and see what you guys want to see, and then we'll wrap it up after that. So here we go through the messages. Give me 1 second. And here we are, MSGS, that Madison Square Garden right here. This thing's been wild, Luis Rodriguez. We were talking about it while we were in New York. We were saying this thing's been running up like crazy, and I have no idea why. And then look at that thing, almost 2.5% there today. That's pretty wild. I'm not going to lie. FEIM up 10%. That looks like it's going to continue up tomorrow. Might want to watch that one for a little momentum play right there. RGTI, we mentioned this last night. This one was running. That does look pretty good to continue its way up as well tomorrow. So another one should be pretty good right there, RGTI, for tomorrow. And let's see what Lucid, you do like this one. It's been looking pretty good. I would say it's going to continue up right now. And Redwire right here has been running up 6.5% today. We'll watch it tomorrow. All these guys right here fly. I think they will kind of continue up. They pull back a little bit, but look at that look right there. Lunar the same way. They all look pretty healthy to continue up, I must say. So we'll watch them in the morning. And you do like this IVVD. Look at that thing cruising along. We'll have to look at that one tomorrow. That one could be a really good one there too, IVVD. And I know you've mentioned that one a few times. Let's see what else is going on with that light, LITE. Wow, look at that thing jumped up. I know it was running up yesterday, and that did spike up pretty good there today. And CLS, Celestica, getting set up right there. So that'll be a good one. Yeah, JNUG, these were running up good. Good old gold. Look at it. Broke right through its all-time highs right there for gold. NUG right here. That was running up pretty good as well. So there you go with them. Here you go with GDX. Look at that bad boy running up right back up there. Silver not looking bad. So there you go with the precious metals. How about your REMX right here? That wasn't too bad either. So there you go. That one is curling up as well. Yeah, look at that thing. Gets right over this spot right there, like 75.13 area, 75.20. It'll get cruising right there. So definitely want to keep an eye on that SMR. Like I was saying, that one does look pretty good. Keep an eye on that bad boy tomorrow. I was liking that today. And let's see what else is going on over here, Michael Anthony. And we do think that you have to write a little bit faster, that's for sure. And print out the sheet. That's what you have to do. and you'll be able to keep up with everything. So you've been listening for so long. I can't believe you can't keep up yet. And anyway, here we go, Michael Anthony and Fubo. That one's pretty good right there. That's for sure. That's looking pretty good. Keep an eye on it. Snap right here was running up. We were checking that out. And Geo is that Geo group, and they do prisons. And that looks really good there. Laptop Travel and ASTS has that space launch coming. And like I said, Rhett's going to watch that bad boy live, so you can keep an eye on that. LW pulling back right there. We were talking about AIRO already. And of course, we were talking about NVO, and keep an eye on Viking to see if it bounces off of from NVO's news right here, because that got the FDA approves Novo Nordisk Wegovy, or whatever the hell it's called, oral pill. And so that's a big deal right there. That'll get flying tomorrow. You already know that. And Huntington Ignal's running up pretty big, and I'll repost that up there. Luis Rodriguez, I can't believe you had the screenshot from March 3rd right there when we were talking about. It's pretty funny. And let's see what else is going on right here. You're sensing a resurgence in the EV market, you're saying, and Tesla showing signs of increased sales. Rivian definitely was running up there. Lucid Neo. Let's check out that Neo right here and see what it's up to. That's that China one. And yeah, that's actually looking pretty decent as well, but we'll stick with Lucid in the US. So there you go for LCID as well. And there you go with that one. Yeah, that one's looking pretty good. We know that. And let's see what else is going on over here. REMX KAVL, great one right there from Laptop Travel for a gift for tomorrow. So definitely keep an eye on it. It's running up in the after hours right there. And let's see, Michael Anthony, what you wanted to see. PAGS. PAG Seguro Digital. Not even sure what the hell that is. Infrastructure in Brazil. And it does look like it's going to bounce off that trend line right there. Michael Anthony. So PAGS, not looking too bad, I must say. I'm not familiar with it. And UEC, I think we just looked at this. Didn't you mention? Yeah, uranium energy. And that one was jumping around there today. It does have some good resistance. I'm not so sure if it gets cruising tomorrow unless there's some uranium news, but it is getting set up right there. So we'll have to get you to print out the list, that's for sure. And let's see. Yeah, it's always, like I said, Michael Anthony, I always post it ahead of time on X and StockTwit. So as long as you're following along, you can easily print it out an hour ahead. I try to post it out right around 7 p.m. so everybody has a good chance to print it out there and stay following along. I didn't think anybody even looked at it, to be honest with you. And like I said, I didn't print it out one night, and I had a lot of messages, and people were asking me to pop it up there real quick before the show started so they can print it out. So I made sure now every single night I try to make sure that I always put it up there. And like I said, I really didn't even think anybody looked at it until that time. And I'm glad I almost forgot to do it, because I got a ton of messages and I was like, well, I guess people do look at this thing and actually do print it out. So there you go. I don't waste my time. And that's why I just handwrite it every single night and give it to you every single day, and people print it out, follow along, and then you have a great watch list for the next day. So there you go, Michael Anthony. That's your new 2026 New Year's resolution. You're going to start printing them out, following along, and then you'll have your watch list for the next day. And let's see. Oh, yeah, you told me to look at that 15-minute chart right there on KAVL. Let's take a look at it and see what that 15-minute chart looks like. Oh, yeah, that does look good right there, huh? Let's see what the minute did. It was running up in the after hours, that's for sure. 3-minute looks good right there. 5-minute, pretty good to roll off. 15 looking real good. 30-minute not looking bad either there, Laptop Travel. And an hour looks good. So you know your Dow is going to probably look pretty decent tomorrow as well. Curling up KVO brands or something like that. It's like I think it's a tobacco company, but I think they got into the cannabis space, but I'm not exactly sure, to be completely honest with you, but we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that one. That's for sure. And let's see, we were talking about David Ellison and Paramount. That's a crazy thing right there. And AIRE, good old area right here, real estate company. And that thing curl. Whoa, look at that curl up right there. AIRE, that's blasting off in the after hours right there. I would say that one might be a really good one as well. Luis Rodriguez. And what is Z Doge Mama 9? I saw that up there. I forgot to look. Zillow Group right here. let's see what Zillow's up to. It's down there. Let's see. Let me take a better look at Zillow over here. And that's not too bad. I would say let's walk at it. I'll look at it tomorrow. Let me write this one down right over here. Good old Z for Zillow. And we know that they look at houses or whatever, the housing market. And then let's look at it tomorrow. I'll take a look at it tomorrow and see what it looks like there. Doge Mama 9. It doesn't, I mean, it looks like it wants to curl up. I'm just not sure if it wants to do it yet tomorrow. And we're going in before Christmas, so we'll definitely take a look at that. VMAR, that was running up there and getting set up. We talked about it last night. As a matter of fact, you brought it up, and it was up 15%. So there you go. I'm sure you played that one right there. VMAR not looking bad. That does look pretty decent right there. SIDU, that was running around today. That's for sure. It's been running up for like 2 days, and that's an aerospace and defense one right there. And then at 450. They were named an awardee of the Missile Defense Agency's $151 billion Shield IDIQ contract vehicle and announces proposed best efforts public offering of common stock. And what they had an offering after they just got $151 billion contract. What the hell is going on there, guys? That sounds crazy. That sounds like they just took all the shareholders to the cleaners right there. That should be illegal because that has to be a government contract. So that's wild right there, guys. Holy cow. SIDU. Wow, that's crazy stuff right there, guys. Hope you're playing that one smart. We'll look at it tomorrow. That's another one we definitely have to look at tomorrow. AZI was definitely running up. We talked about it in the morning and saw this bad boy. Saw this bad boy running up this morning right here. I remember we were looking at it. So there you go. Yeah, right there, 7 a.m. I remember it was cruising along, pulled back a little bit, and then it ran back up in the after hours right there. Kind of interesting, Doge Mama 9. And another one, let's look at it tomorrow. Has that pullback kind of look on it for AZI. Soundhound, here's a good one right here. And this one's not looking bad to get set up. I think we got to write that down on our setup list for a good old SOUN. I do like that. LAES, this one's going to be a good one too. Seals Q, this is a semiconductor company, and this is getting set back up. Look at that curling up, looking pretty good right there. I do like that too. I'm going to jot that down. LAES, looking pretty nice. And yes, sir. Excuse me. Serve definitely had some good momentum right there today. Not sure what was going on. JZXN is that one that had a reverse split recently, and it did have it did run up or pull back. I don't remember exactly, but this is getting set up right here after the reverse split. We might want to keep an eye on that JZXN. KAVL, definitely a gift right there. And Doge Mama 9 said printing out your sheet is the best way. Take notes like you're in college days. I agree, Doge Mama 9. I do it too. Look, here's my other sheet that I take notes on and write everything down. So I even have this list right here that I send you guys out, and I take notes on that. So I'm over here like a college kid too. CIDU, grifting in the USA. You're not kidding. It should be a song right there. SIDU, grifting in the USA. Because that is crazy. I mean, holy shit. 151 billion. No, we're not talking million. They got a B after that. That's billion. I had to read that twice. I was like, what? 151 billion. That's a lot of money, guys. And then have an offering right after that. That's insanity, guys. So yeah, SIDU, grifting in the USA. That's for damn sure right there. Let's make a ChatGPT song about that. And anyway, so there you go. That's what it looks like in the market. It's now 14-14. Every time I turn around, there's another touchdown. I'm telling you, the Colts and the 49ers. This looks like a good game, even though I'm not watching it, but it's in the second quarter. Plenty of time to enjoy it. So let's see what else is going on here. Let me see what's trending over on StockTwits World and see what's happening with them. Here we go with StockTwits. As soon as it comes up, I'll tell you what's happening. Luis Rodriguez, how are the overnights looking? And I'll let you know what StockTwits looks like. Here we go. NVO, of course, that one is. And of course, ASTS Space Mobile, that's trending as well. FJet, that's trending. Gold is trending. CCCX, I know Ben likes this one. I'm not even familiar with this thing. CCCX. We talk about it on the show. That thing's rocking and rolling right there. I'd keep an eye on that one right now. CCCX, 3 C's and an X right there. HYMC. Then we see this one on the old Finviz right there. I think it was on there already, and it was jumping up there. And let's see what else is going on. Let me see. UMAC, we already talked about it. CPBI pulling back right there. Let me see. Central Plains. That's not too bad. Looks like it is pulling back. And IONQ right here is looking really good. So there you go with the ones that are trending. And TEM right here is Tempest AI, and that one is trending as well. Check out good old Hut 8 Corp. I tried to say Hut 8 and I said hate. There you go. We'll call this one the hate one. It's Hut 8 Corp, HUT. So there you go with that. Let's see what else is going on. NICE. Let's see how nice this one is there. Consistency spike. Let me see, because that looks like it's going to consistently spike tomorrow. That one could be really nice. How about that one right there? I know CNR love when I say the word nice with my nice New Jersey accent. NSMR, we were talking about this one, and this one's looking nice as well there. Consistency spike. And Mimi right here, what's Round Hill meme stock doing? This follows all the meme stocks, and it's actually looking pretty decent. I know it's a brand new one, and it's hitting a little resistance. I'd have to look at it tomorrow, to be completely honest with you right there. Moon Market just said KVL is suspended currently. He's going to be taking a big loss, apparently. That's interesting, Zach. So I guess we're going to be keeping an eye on that in the morning right there. Zach, thanks for the news. And futures are flat. Thank you very much. And Luis Rodriguez and AAVE right here. Let's take a look at that one. And that one, wait, are we looking at hold on. The crypto. I couldn't even think of what crypto was called there. AAVE is up here somewhere. Hold on, let me look. There it is. AAVE right there. And that one is actually pulling back, if that's the one you're talking about, for a crypto consistency spike. That's what when I started to type it in, I was like, wait, that's a crypto one, and that one is pulling back pretty big right there. I don't know what's going on with it. And he had just posted it now, as a matter of fact. So thank you, Zach, for that updated news about KAVL. Apparently they suspended it or something. We'll keep an eye on it tomorrow morning, see what's going on. I have no idea. I'm just letting you know what Zach's saying right there. Moon Market just said KAVL is suspended currently. He's going to be taking a big loss, apparently. So we'll watch that tomorrow morning. Laptop Travel, UAMY. That one looks really good. I gave this one out in the small cap show today and said keep an eye on this one. So definitely keep an eye on that. UAMY. That one's looking really good right there. To cruise up a little bit higher. So there you go, everybody. I would say that's a pretty good market review. Let me see if we missed anything else. Here's our most active. There's your SIDU right there. That's a wild story. I'm telling you, $155 billion contract to pull a offering. That should be illegal. Here's Data Vault pulling back a little bit more. That LAZR pulling back after it popped up, and C1 jumped up there. There's our plug in TZA. BBAI, the big bear running up. Keep an eye on that. ONDS not looking too bad. Open just getting set up, and the D wave looking really good right there. BMNR right there. We did check that one out. That's the Ethereum one. It's just kind of hanging out. We'll have to see how crypto looks in the morning, as a matter of fact, to see what that looks like. Crypto looked great this morning. Little healthy pullback. I think it's still perfectly fine right there. So was UAMY the only stock you gave out in the small cap show? I gave out that one. And what else did I say? Hertz. I mentioned Hertz real quick and said that one had been looking really good as well. So yeah. UAMY and Hertz were the two I gave out in the small cap show real quick today. So there you go. And then FJet right there called it perfectly. I mean, right at the minute Bennett asked me, I said, yeah, watch the next 3 minutes, pull back, and then you're going to go to 22. Ended up going to like 33, but I would say it surpassed 22. We were at 20 at that moment, 1920 right there. And I was like, yeah, it's going to run up. And he said, how high? I go, well, it's definitely going to 22. And yeah, it definitely went there. That's for sure. So those of you that caught that one, there you go. And let's see what's in our news real quick. Stocks, precious metals rise, yen on intervention watch. And what happened to the yen? Asian stocks rise, extending record global rally. How NVIDIA ruled another year. Stock futures are a little changed after S&P 500 notches 3-day win streak. And sorry, winning Powerball's $1.6 billion jackpot winner won't make you a billionaire, but you'll end up with $128 million instead. I think that's perfectly fine. When's that drawing? Is it tomorrow night? I have no idea, but we should all buy tickets together. How about that? What is FJet? That's a great question right there, Michael Anthony. It's a brand new one that just started out 2 days ago and 3 days ago. Starfighter Space article highlighting Starfighter Space as SpaceX IPO alternative. And so, yeah, it went flying today. It has a fleet of supersonic jets with the U.S. government contracts. That's what it is, F-Jet. So it went nutty right there. And consistency spikes. ONDS was the very first one we looked at tonight. It's hitting a little resistance. We'll have to look at it tomorrow and see if it can really get over that area, 273. I'll take a look at it first thing in the morning. Check that bad boy out. And there you go, everybody. So thanks for tuning in. Oh yeah, well, the Discord, before I say all that, be sure the Discord, the 20% New Year's promo codes out there. So any questions about Discord, feel free to shoot me a DM on X, and be sure to take advantage of that opportunity, because that's not going to last forever. So 20% reoccurring for your holiday gift right there for Christmas and New Year's. And the promo code is New Year. So be sure to take advantage of that. I have it pinned up on my X account. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know or hit me up or ask anything that you want. And I always answer everybody. You guys know that. And let's see, Bitfarms right here. Let's see, you guys are Hertz making a move. That's for sure. Hertz is looking pretty good at the moment. Bitfarms not looking too bad, I must say. There, Doge Mama 9. It is looking pretty good. It relies a lot on Bitcoin, though, so we'll have to keep an eye on crypto tomorrow. And had a 10 million when you were 20 million. How did I do it? I inherited 35 million from your grandparents and started trading full time. That's pretty hilarious right there. And you can do the same. So there you go, consistent. That's pretty funny, Laptop Travel. You had 10 million when you were 21. How did you do it? You inherited 35 million from your grandparents and started trading full time. So that is exactly how you could do it. And so there you go, everybody. That's pretty funny right there. Leave you with that. You're welcome, Consistency Spike. Hope you enjoyed the show. Everybody else, like Doge Mama 9, Luis Rodriguez, of course, Michael Anthony, and Laptop Travel. Zach's hanging out here. Robin's hanging out. And everybody else that hangs out, like Deep Soul Diving and Asian Joe Lee, and of course everybody else. So I greatly appreciate all of you guys hanging out, tuning in here. 3 days till Christmas. Be sure to follow along on X, Instagram, YouTube, and all that good stuff. And like the show on your way out of here. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as financial advice, so always do your due diligence. I will be back on at 7 a.m. tomorrow. I didn't get a chance to hop on this morning. I had Dougie home. The kids are off from school, so I didn't get a chance because I was hanging out with him this morning. I'll hop on tomorrow morning real quick with Ben, and then we're going and getting pictures with Santa Claus tomorrow morning, talking about waiting until the last minute to take him to the mall to get pictures with Santa. But we're going to go do that tomorrow morning, so we already have an appointment for that, but I made it like 10:30, so I can do the morning show, 7 a.m. We can do 9 o'clock, so I'll hop on with Ben. Hopefully he's feeling a little bit better. I know he's a little under the weather as well, so there you go, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Be sure to tune in the morning, 7 a.m., because that's where we'll be. We'll be right here in the morning. So enjoy the rest of your night. Enjoy the football game. It's 21-14 now. Every time I turn around, the score changes. It's 21-14. San Francisco is in the lead, and the Colts just punted the ball. It's 7 minutes and 10 seconds left. Fair catch there inside the 20-yard line for the 49ers. So go enjoy the rest of that game. It looks like it's a pretty good one as the score keeps on changing. And let's look at Grab. We'll check out Grab on our way out of here, Luis Rodriguez. You might want to grab some of these tomorrow because that's looking really good too. GRAB My list keeps growing for that. And Robin, you have a Merry Christmas, Louis Rodriguez, and everybody else. And again, we'll be on tomorrow morning, and then probably won't be on until what? Wait, tomorrow morning is Tuesday, and then Wednesday morning we'll be on for Christmas Eve. Yeah, Christmas Eve. The market's open until 1 p.m. So Wednesday, I was getting confused again. Tomorrow's just Tuesday. We'll definitely be on 7 a.m. We'll do our 8 p.m. show tomorrow night. And then Christmas Eve, I'll hop on at 7 a.m. We'll do our 7 a.m. show. I'll probably hop on at 9 a.m. with Ben. The market closes at 1 p.m. Christmas Eve can be a really good day. Be sure to be buying your January effect ones. If you're in the Discord, you know exactly which ones they are. And that's what I'm focusing on anyway right there. So there you go, everybody. That's your gift, and that is everything. And again, your real gift is get into that Discord for next year. I'm telling you, 2026 is going to be incredible, guys. Our public account that Ben has made well over $1 million this year. So we're going to do it again next year. Everybody's going to be doing it. You may not make $1 million, but you're definitely going to make some life-changing money. So if you're not in the Discord, you might want to get in there. Those of you that have been in there, I know a lot of you's been learning a lot of great lessons, whether they're up or down or sideways or this way. But that's what it's all about, guys. This stuff doesn't happen overnight, obviously, and you obviously have to be in it, trading to learn it, and to have that risk and to reap the rewards, but also learn how to trade, get the mindset and everything. It just doesn't happen overnight. So like I said, 2026 is going to be incredible. We're going to destroy it in there, guys, and take it up, turn it up a whole nother notch there. So I think we'll start with our January effect list, and then we'll just never look back. It doesn't matter what the market conditions want to do. We'll play the market safe, play it smart, and we'll play it accordingly each day. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your night, and then and that's it. So go enjoy the football game and everything else, and go wrap your gifts and hide your elf. And I'll see you guys at 7 a.m. Good night, everybody.